This is Man. I'm a registered nurse and a speech language pathology student. A couple of days ago, I ran across a question that someone asked online. Um, what can I do for a child who stutter? Stutter speech is just stutter speech, but the negative consequences that come along with it make it tough for people who stutter. Like I stated before, there's only a few percentage of people who stutter in the United States. That makes us different from other people, and we're trying to fit in with the general population. We try to talk more smoother, faster. We trying to get the message out. That's just like imagine a slow car driving in the freeway with a lot of fast driving cars. So you feel pressure to drive faster. But the thing with people who stutter is that they sometimes don't have the skill to talk faster. We have techniques to help us minimize, but sometimes we have to also control the environment surrounding us. So for a child who stutter, child who stutter usually have the easy stutter, which means that they have a lot of repetition, but no secondary behavior or really minimal secondary behavior, which means that they don't have the tension when they stutter. So what we can do is we can indirect therapy, give them indirect therapy, give them support, give them more time to speak, and we give them confidence, we give them courage to speak, and family support is a big thing for child who stutter. When I stuttered when I was little, the fear, the anxiety is like to the wall, through the wall. What we could do for child who first start stutter is support, give them more time, don't rush them, and like for adults, we pass that stage, so our brains are wired a certain way, so we can still use technique to help minimize the stutter, but uh, like at my age right now, it's kind of hard to kind of reprogram the brain to process like a younger person. A younger person is much easier. Uh, Statistically speaking, only 25% of kids who study carry out to the adult's life. Uh, and as for adults who stutter, like I said, our brain probably wired a certain way, but there are ways to help minimize stutter, such as techniques to control stutter. There are tons out there when you Google, but the reason why I go back to school to become a speech language pathology is because I want to become more involved. I think people tend to focus so much on the techniques, how to minimize stutter. But if you look at the big picture, what make us stutter more is because of the pressure, because of the negative image we have within ourselves. For people who stutter, we always probably when I meet someone new, I always most of the time I start off with I'm sorry I stutter, but why do you have to feel sorry? So what makes us different from other people is because there's only a couple percentage of us, like I stated. But the big picture is my vision is to educate the general public about stutter, so people can be more aware of it. Just like people who have a handicap, people who have a handicap, it's if you look around, it's really handicap friendly. People, most store or all store have like the wheelchair ramp. They have handicap parking. I want the same for people who stutter. So if the general population is more understanding, I think this would make a great positive impact for people who stutter. Just like a student driver driving on a highway, if there is a sign that stated student driver, people will be more understanding, drive slower. So it helps the student driver to be less pressure to drive faster. The same methods goes for people who stutter.